Hello. It's not very often that I make videos, and if I do, then that is because there is a profound inner calling from within that wants me to share something important to the world. Before I begin, I would like to put a quick disclaimer that I'm going to be sharing some upsetting videos from World War II. So just you are aware that you may find it upsetting. I feel like I am among many people of today that are wondering what is happening to us. There is a genuine lack of faith in our government institutions, higher institutions, our lawmakers. And a deeper question arises of what we are, or what we are becoming as a human race. For those questions, I look back into the past, to those who came before us. For example, our Stone Age forebears, who fought relentless adversities of nature to secure the very existence of human race. It took them around 6 to 7 million years to learn how to walk. Then it took around 1.8 million years to develop human-like thinking, which led to brain development, like complexity of tool making. That's what the evidence suggests. And that itself then led to further development of the brain and our capacity for consciousness, which then turned into language. And from there, we were able to develop a higher level of self-awareness, which we are experiencing today. And that is because of their sacrifices. That is because of what those ancestors had to endure just to survive and exist, which led to us being here today. The same sacrifice was endured by those who died in service for our freedom, for our values, for our democracy, in wars, to fight for justice. If we look at my Polish ancestors in World War II, who fought bravely, they too made those sacrifices. I will share some upsetting photos now. This is a picture of how Warsaw looked during World War II. Nearly 90% of the city was completely ruined, wiped out. How striking that this looks so much like what you see in Gaza. Then you have this young man, a boy, in one of the concentration camps shortly after the liberation in 1945. If you look at his face, he looked like he can't believe that he's going to be free. The suffering, again, resembles so much of what is happening in Gaza. And then you have this young boy, barely 11, who was shot by a German sniper in the Warsaw Uprising in 1944 on 21st of August. His name was Wojtek Zalewski, who was born in 1933. He was known as the White Eagle, the youngest volunteer and a war soldier in the Warsaw Uprising. He served in the ranks of the Chroby second group, and he was a messenger. There is a monument in Warsaw honoring his legacy, and there were many others like him, many children like Witold Modelski. Who fought bravely and paid the ultimate price. So it's the people like my Polish ancestors, the Polish pilots and many servicemen and women across many generations who died for our fundamental freedoms. Their sacrifices made it possible to create a peace of coexistence between one another that we still see today. However, democracy, our values, and fundamental rights and freedoms that were once guaranteed are no longer stable. They are actively crumbling. So there is no longer a guarantee that was given to us by the sacrifices of our ancestors in the past. We as a humanity standing at the crossroads, and we have to choose which path we want to take. It's about conscious choice. Conscious choice is action, is consciously choosing a path that aligns with our moral principles, or choosing a path that leads to a darker side of human nature, which we've already experienced in the past and we are actively experiencing now. So we as a humanity have to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. What reality do we want to live? Because it's about a conscious choice. What I am doing now is a conscious choice. I am making a video that is nothing to do with gaining views, likes, comments, etc. It's about something greater than myself. It's to preserve those very values that our ancestors fought for. And we were very lucky to have. I made conscious choice by making an artwork. It's an artwork of peace with the feather and the heart, which represents united consciousness of love and compassion of humanity for a previous British Prime Minister in 2024. I've sent that artwork and a letter of peace on behalf of the voiceless victims of war conflicts, including those in Ukraine and in Gaza and other parts of the world. And that was my conscious choice. I also wrote to some of the MPs to advocate for what is righteous, so to advocate for preserving and protecting our fundamental rights and values. So we are shaping our reality and the future we will have and our children will have. So you can make that reality and make a conscious choice by contributing in any way you can. I understand we have a limited capacity to what we can do in the constraint of power establishment. But what we still have is a collective pressure for our elected government. So at least we can do that. And we can empower our generation and future generation to find strength in their roots. If there is no sacrifice, there is no change. So we must actively fight for that to change. Thank you for listening.